So the question is, how do you stop underestimating yourself? When it comes to you stop underestimating yourself, you have to, it starts with the mind, it starts with your thoughts, it starts with what are the thoughts you have about yourself, what are the thoughts you have about your life, what are the thoughts that you have about your future. If your thoughts are constantly telling you that things are always going to be the same, nothing is going to change, I can't take myself to the next level, I can't do this, I can't do that. If your thoughts are constantly filled with I can't, then you're always going to remain in the same level. You're never going to be able to take yourself forward. So in order for you to stop underestimating yourself, think a different thought. Stop allowing thoughts of I can't and it's not possible and maybe no, I can't do this. Stop allowing negative thoughts to control your life, but try to reframe it. And hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Isioma Ononye and my channel is all about all things personal development, women empowerment, mental health, life and culture in Nigeria. So for today I want to talk about toxic traits that affect your motivation, toxic traits that affect your ability to keep pushing through, to keep going after your dreams, your goals and your vision. So number one toxic trait that really affects your motivation levels and your ability to keep pushing forward is underestimating yourself. When you underestimate yourself, when you underestimate your abilities to go after the things that matter to you, when you underestimate your abilities to really pursue the life that you are being called to live, when you underestimate your abilities to take on a new project, to try a different skill, to venture into a different industry and area, when you underestimate yourself, it affects your motivation level. And I know so often, sometimes when we talk about motivation, you feel as though, okay, you have to not allow your haters or negativity to get you down. And that is something that I'm actually going to cover and discuss also. But number one, you have to be your own biggest fan. Before we get into other people's perception of you, you have to be your own biggest supporters. And sometimes it's not always outside voices that are affecting us. Sometimes it could be your own voice. You could be your own biggest enemy. You could be your own biggest problem by putting yourself down, by belittling yourself. So you have to really question, how are you underestimating yourself? Because sometimes when we underestimate ourselves, you see something that you want, you see an opportunity that could be great for you, but you tell yourself, no, that's not for me. I'm not sure whether I should try that. I'm not sure whether I should take it. You put yourself down, and that really stops you from feeling motivated in life. It stops you from having new experiences. It stops you from having new adventures. So the question is, how do you stop underestimating yourself? When it comes to you stop underestimating yourself, you have to, it starts with the mind, it starts with your thoughts, it starts with what are the thoughts you have about yourself, what are the thoughts you have about your life, what are the thoughts that you have about your future. If your thoughts are constantly telling you that things are always going to be the same, nothing is going to change, I can't take myself to the next level, I can't do this, I can't do that. If your thoughts are constantly filled with I can't, then you're always going to remain in the same position, you're always going to remain in the same level, you're never going to be able to take yourself forward. So in order for you to stop underestimating yourself, think a different thought. Stop allowing thoughts of I can't and it's not possible and maybe no, I can't do this. Stop allowing negative thoughts to control your life, but try to reframe it and change things around and actually give yourself the chance to think positively. Give yourself the chance to think differently, you know. And it sounds cheesy, but sometimes just reframing your thoughts and your mindset, it's what's going to stop you from underestimating yourself and actually give you that motivation to try something new, to go on a different path, to do something that you've always wanted to do. So a skill for you to do is just to, first of all, just really monitor your thoughts. Just really sometimes listen to the inner dialogue that happens in your mind and question whether the inner dialogue is actually something positive or negative. And as you are just learning to monitor and listen to your thoughts more, when you catch yourself having a negative thought, when you catch yourself being really hard on yourself, just pause for a moment and allow yourself to really dissect what you are thinking and try to be kinder in yourself. Try to speak to yourself with kindness and love and try to just give yourself the benefit of the doubt of believing that you can be the person that you want to be. So number one, do not underestimate yourself. Number two, another way for you to really eliminate toxic traits and habits that affect your motivation is to not really absorb so much negativity from others. Yes, the reality of the world is that we live in a cruel and wicked world. Yes, that's the reality. So many evil and wicked things happen in the world, and so many people can project hate, so many people can project negativity your way, and you might not deserve that. But if you're not strong enough to hold firm to who you are on your inner core, you can easily allow yourself to be affected by other people's negativity or hate being thrown your way. So what you have to really do is that you have to make sure you're not absorbing hate and negativity from others and allowing it to fester into your spirit and into your heart. Now, what this looks like is if you are trying to do something new, if you are trying to take on a new project, if you're trying to go forward in your life, but somebody has told you, oh no, you're terrible at that, you can never be that artist, your designs are awful, this and that. Somebody has told you that what you're trying to do is terrible, and you've absorbed that, you've allowed that negativity to fester in your head. It will stop you from moving forward. So what you have to do is that you have to be aware that not everybody is going to like you, not everybody is going to understand you, and not everybody is going to want the best for you. Sometimes some people will say things, they'll throw things at you that are hateful, they will throw things at you that are mean, they will throw things at you that are wicked, but you have to not allow it to get into your inner core, you know. Yes, somebody can throw something your way, but just don't allow it to fester. Now, something that I actually learned from therapy actually is that when we are dealing with people that are difficult, or dealing with people that might not really be very mindful of how their words affect you, when you hear something that is particularly hateful and mean, just imagine that there is a wall between you and that person. So as the person is like saying all these hateful, mean and terrible comments, it's not actually getting to you, it's not actually getting into your system, it's not actually affecting your body, but it's just that hateful and mean comment is actually just being, you know, it's being pushed to the wall, and you're not the one, you're not affected by it at all. So whenever somebody is projecting and saying terrible things to you, just imagine that there is a wall between you and that person, and you remain unbothered. Now, my third tip for the third negative trait that you need to really just let go of so that it won't affect your motivation level is not really praising yourself, you know. Like I said, it's also putting yourself down. So instead of you looking in a mirror, instead of you telling yourself that you're not worth it, you're not good enough, you have to really hype yourself more often. You know, you can't just wait for other people to validate you. Don't wait for external validation. You have to be the person hyping yourself up. You have to be the person building yourself up by reminding yourself of what are your best skills, what are your best strengths, what are those things that you love to pursue and do that make you happy, what are those things that bring you joy, what are those things that fill you with a sense of purpose. And sometimes for everybody, it's not easy to know what this might feel like or look like. So just reflect back to moments. It doesn't have to be something big or huge or magnificent. It could just be little things or little moments or experiences that come to your mind that when you reflect on it, it makes you happy. So just go back to those moments and experiences and let it help to remind you and let it help to build you up to the person that you always are. So you have to get rid of negative self-talk to yourself. Now, the fourth negative trait that you have to get rid of in order to really not let it affect your motivation is surrounding yourself with people who don't want the best for you. Yes, you have to be very careful about the people you surround yourself with. You have to make sure that you're not surrounding yourself with people who don't believe in you. You have to make sure that you're not surrounding yourself with people who are actually tearing you down, who are making you not believe in your dreams and goals and visions. And sometimes this means you have to really check your friendship circle. You have to check your association circle. When you talk about your dreams and goals with somebody else, how do they react? Do they look at you as like, why is she talking about this? Who cares? Who does she think she is? Is that how they react to you? Are they excited? Are they happy for you? Because if you're around people who are sort of like disinterested in what you care about, if you're around people who are just quick to laugh at you, quick to mock at you, quick to just make you feel as though your dreams and goals are complete trash, that will affect your motivation level. This person will kill something before you've even gotten a chance to start. And unfortunately, there are so many people like that. And sometimes people who aren't going after their own dreams and goals, when they see somebody that is, they are quick to push that person down, and they are quick to make that person feel like they are nothing. So you have to be very careful sometimes about the people that you're surrounding yourself with. And sometimes some people can want the best for you, but maybe they are used to putting you down. Maybe they are used to making you feel as though you're less than. So once you start to recognize that the person that you are associating with, the friendship that you have around you, maybe you have to call them out on it. Maybe you have to actually teach people how to treat you, because sometimes the people might not be aware of how their words are affecting you. So once you make somebody more aware that, okay, what you say to me is not all right. Okay, this is actually what I'm passionate about, and I don't appreciate your thoughts and opinions about so and this, so and so. So once you sort of try to call people out and make them aware of it, see if they change, see if they change in their manner of speech towards you, see if they change in the tone in which they associate with you. But if they don't change, and if they are still filled with lots of negativity and hate, then you have just got to create some distance between you and that person. There are some associations that we can't really help, but we have to associate with them. But for the ones that you choose, your own friendship circles, these are things that you do with your own spare time. You have to make sure that you have the right people around your corner. So be around people that support you, that motivate you, that just, help you feel better about yourself. So those are just my few tips on toxic traits that you need to get rid of in order to really motivate yourself for this year. Number one, a toxic trait that you have to really get rid of in order to motivate yourself for this year is to stop underestimating yourself, your abilities, and your self-worth. Number two, stop that negative self-talk. Number three, don't allow other people's negativity and projections towards you to fester and just make you feel as though you're not worth it. And number four is that you have to really check your friendship circles, check the associations that you keep with, because if you have negative people and haters around you, that is something that's also going to affect your motivation levels. So definitely let me know, what are some of these toxic traits and things that you let go of in order to keep yourself motivated and going forward after your dreams and goals. Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I will see you on my next video. Take care.